from their album A Pentatonic's Christmas, before Avi left. That is Pentatonics with the song Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And we send that sentiment out to everyone in the Word Radio listening audience. Again, we know we've made selections today that hopefully will put a smile on your face, a song in your heart, make you feel a little more hopeful about this holiday season, and that we can invest collectively some energies toward making it better for everyone. This is Stephanie Renee here, welcoming you back to our TGIF edition of The Source. It is the noon hour, which means Mike Dennis is in the house for this week's edition of Reelblack Radio.
Hello, Stephanie Renee. I'm going to move this mic up just a pinch. So, yeah, it's the holiday. Christmas is coming.
Yeah,
Hanukkah's already here.
Hanukkah's gone.
It's gone? That's what I know. Where does Kwanzaa fit into this equation?
Kwanzaa's begins the day after Christmas.
Okay, but it's the holiday season.
Yes, it is.
Okay, all right, got that part right. So we're there's no guests. Nobody wants to be on the show today.
No, well, I mean, can you blame them?
Well,
people are traveling, people are wrapping presents, people are sleeping in. It is what it is.
So yeah, and people are traveling. So that just leaves y'all with just us today and like a yearly wrap up. And
he sounds so excited and enthusiastic about that. I'm trying not to feel some kind of way, Caleb.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It leaves you with us.
Some of the best times of my year have been spent with you, Stephanie Renee.
Now he's trying to clean it up. I know.
No, I was accused of being like mean and cynical. So I'm going to try not to be mean and cynical.
Thank you.
It kind of like, somebody accused me of it. It hurt my feelings a little bit. I really had to take a little bit of time.
You don't think you're cynical?
Well,
on GP?
I want to change this year. And, I sincerely...
He's moving into 2018 with a new attitude. I like that.
Well, at least for this hour.
Okay.
Like, if you catch me being mean and cynical, you have every right to check me, because I just don't want my mom yelling at me like she did the other day. So
okay.
I apologize.
Dad, when you get checked by your mom about things like that, it's kind of hard to argue.
Well, she does it low key though too. It's
okay.
Well, everybody has a mother, right? I'm assuming most people know their mothers. That's when you get yelled at by your mom, you become like 3 years old, 4 years old.
I know. I used to get so angry because I would want to have really good arguments with my father, but then the little kid in me, it would well up, and I'd do like the hot tears crying because I'd be mad at him and be righteous in what I wanted to argue about, but it was my daddy. And so I would have those moments.
My grandmother got in a fight with me one time. She brought the spirits out. I'm serious. She I was like, she wanted me to go take my mother some food or something. Like, and that was like that, like one of the things, like when you get to this part of the year, you have to be goal oriented. Like, you're not going to get anywhere. You have to have goals.
Yes.
Right. So, one of my favorite things to do when I'm like super bored is to go on Instagram and just like search hashtag goals, and you just see like, okay, you'll see like somebody's got a Porsche, like a picture of Beyonce, goals, hashtag. Everybody should do this just to sort of imprint what they want. I mean, and you scroll through. I mean, I think, like Bobby Brown got a goal. Tyson Beckford is still getting goals. So dreams never die.
That's true.
Hang on to your dreams. But anyway, she wanted me to take her some food, and I was like, well, she'll be okay. She'll be all right. She looked at me, and I don't know what happened. I've never seen her so mad, but I swear to God, like when I went out the next day, like later that afternoon, somebody had driven into my side view mirror. The car went, and this is Upsall Street. This is like a 4-lane street.
Right.
You got to try really hard
to
slam into somebody's side view mirror when they're parked on the street. So I said, oh God, this is connected. This is no way.
Your grandmother conjured that up. Listen, the one person that would never have to worry about me talking back or doing things was my abuela. Now, I've expressed to you all who listen to the show on a regular basis, my grandmother was born with a veil, so she would know it was coming before it came anyway. But beyond that, She had a wide open door to the ancestral and spiritual realm. That was not somebody I was going to say no to, that I was going to really argue with. Who knows what she would conjure. So you learned that lesson well.
Well, now my mother, she's getting into that space, that age. You know, all she has to do is sit still, you know. And then the phone will ring, and I know it's her. It's like, oh my God, she's too close. Stop. So, you know, that was my grandmother's main concern. Like, you know, what's gonna happen to her when she's gone? It's like, well, you know, she'll be all right. She'll be all right. So now, you know, I guess it's my job to kind of make it all right. So I apologize. And anybody else that I may have offended in any kind of other way my whole life, I'm just trying to. You know,
you're trying to live right, Mike.
Well, it's Christmas, you know. It's just, you know, I'm still imprinted with the naughty and nice, you know. So
okay.
I'm making lists. I'm checking them twice, and I'm
trying to make sure you're not on your own naughty list.
I just forgive me. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Because anything I may have said, anybody, Jada Pinkett, anybody that I might have offended, Pam Grier. Look, I didn't mean it. I'm just having. You know, I don't, you know, maybe I didn't believe that. Maybe I'm a Bill O'Reilly here. You never know.
We're all works in progress.
Thank
so,
you.
you know,
am I forgiven?
and I was going to say, you've never offended me in that way. You and I, we argue like siblings, but to me, that's just spirited. That just shows the depth of our caring for one another, Mike D.
Yes.
See.
Yes. So,
as we pose for the cameras.
So,
but I want,
you know, people going through their 12 steps. I'm getting calls left and right all month.
Really?
I'm so sorry. If I did this, I'm so sorry.
Well, you know, everybody's got their process, and it's good that people are going through it.
Well, it's just right before, you know, it's like going to church on Christmas. Like I refuse to be that hypocrite.
Stop laughing, Kayla J.
They got to bring in extra chairs Christmas. Like everybody's showing up all of a sudden.
It's also Mercury retrograde. You realize that, right? So
things aren't working.
That's well, no, but that's part of it's the So, you know, it's kind of reconnecting, we're in today's the official final day, but then we still got a few days before things get right. So Christmas Day literally is when Mercury starts to appear that is moving forward again. Okay. So we are in just that space where people are looking back, reviewing what they have done wrong, actually, and you know.
That makes a point. Actually, I don't know how much people are into this or whatever. I don't really buy into it too much because I don't like looking down that rabbit hole. But the same person has called me by mistake 3 times the last 3 days. He called me this morning. You keep calling me. I was like, you know, I didn't call you. You just called me. I was like, no, I didn't call you. Look, I'm gonna block your number so we don't have this mistake. But yeah, I mean, you know, things are, you know, you got to get in line. This is what this time of year is about. Go get some sage or do something, some yoga, whatever. Run into Russell Simmons, get a record deal, whatever you need to do to get your life right. Now's the time to reflect on it.
So one of the reasons why I find this funny is because one of our favorite people in the world, Ava DuVernay, tweeted out, she's been looking back over 2017, of course, because this has been yet another amazing year for her. And one of her favorite moments this year was sitting down and interviewing Ta-Nehisi Coates.
I did see that tweet.
And so she, in response to the fact that Ta-Nehisi has now disabled his Twitter account.
Oh, because
of this ongoing. So it's and I want to be clear for those people who are following this that he didn't just do it because of his debate or whatever, the sort of public debate going on
did we
with
talk about that
Cornel West.
Okay.
Well, I was going to say, and you can feel free to elaborate on it, and, you know, and I'll jump in. But so there's been sort of a public debate happening between Ta-Nehisi being on his speaker's tour and talking about his new book that's about President Obama, essays that he has written on President Obama and now reflecting back on them now that Obama's not in office. And Cornel West questioning the way that Ta-Nehisi has approached some of his, what he feels is non-critique of President Obama. And the way that we are embracing public intellectualism these days, who is dues paid and who is not, and all this. And then Richard Spencer the notorious white supremacist, jumped in the mix, and Ta-Nehisi was like, I didn't sign up for this, I'm out. And he disabled his Twitter account.
Okay.
And so Ava tweeted out yesterday, it says, one of the highlights of my 2017 was Ta-Nehisi, a bright, bold man and a good brother. Unfortunate that hateration and holleration in this dancery has driven him away from Twitter, but this day was a good day. And she goes back to reflect on the day that she interviewed him.
Yeah, we saw Ta-Nehisi at the library a few months ago. I mean,
yeah, and I saw him at Penn. At Irvine Auditorium.
Yeah, just a killer intellect, and you know, I loved reading the Twitter beef between him and Cornell, because he was just pulling out receipts. He's like, look, act like you know, bam. Like you know, you're not. It's like Kobe and Jordan. It's like, you don't even know. Don't you're trying to get shine off of me. That's okay, but I got receipts here, Atlantic here. This one, you know. So, and in the process of the beef, he's making us all aware, and we can go read all those articles. It's there. So you know, you got to stay woke. But the fact of the matter is, you know, Cornell West. I mean, 25 years, race matters.
Yes. Right,
and Ta-Nehisi, he's the home run hitter right now. He's Sadahara O or whatever of the day, and that's cool. But they're all making money off the skin, and all the books are printed on white paper. So. You know, until that changes, you know, there really.
I feel like we're about to have a boomerang moment where where Martin Lawrence was talking about the black ball on on the pool table.
You know, look, you know, it's a game, whatever. But
it's all printed on white paper.
It's all printed on white paper.
Mike.
So you know, and the money, in God we trust. I love God, and I'm reminded of it every time I go to the ATM.
Lord of mercy.
So it's okay, you know. But whatever. I don't waste my time as much because I'm just playing the goals Instagram search game. Just like it's fascinating to see. And you know, and not everybody has things. You don't need to have. Some people's goals could be real simple. I just want to make it to the bathroom. You know, because there's some people that's all. You know. I gotta make that bus. I just gotta hit this lotto. I gotta make sure. You know, my kid gets whatever the goal is. But if you don't dream it, you can't. Yeah, no,
I'm all for nurturing the dream and being in pursuit of the things that will make you feel fulfilled, as long as we can collectively agree that having too big of a set of material goals is setting yourself up for disappointment.
Right.
Because you could have it all and still not be happy, because there are other goals that have to go along with that.
Yeah.
That are really at the end of the day what end up making you feel fulfilled. And I want to make sure, let's get to Cliff calling in from Yaden before we take our break. Okay. Hi, Cliff.
Brother Barack.
All right, Hotep. How's it going?
Well, how are you?
I'm good. So thankful that Black Talk Media, radio, movies, Black Real Radio, Black Real Movies, all the above is still in action, still in pursuit. It's just refreshing to know that instead of having to go see the mainstream silver screen cinema that has literally next to no black actors, come home to my family and watch some good, real cinema. So, Michael D., thank you very much for Reelblack.
Brock. I mean, I know you got a little time on your hands, so you definitely invested. There's plenty to do, and reinforce if if you get tired of looking in the mirror, go look at some good black movies, I guess. Bright
That's
is out.
What I did. Right after we had the last one, I went online and I just pulled up a lot of what I love, black exploitation movie cinema, old school, Pam Grier, Bill Cosby, Richard Pryor, some of the other big names, actors. I even watched the lady that just passed away,
Ruby D.
Ruby D.
Well, that's a long time ago. She's been gone. God bless her.
So thanks for bringing it to my attention. That way I can pull it up, and I just love every minute of it. So just keep it strong for the end of the year. And one of my goals is to get back to Africa. Went to Egypt. Part of my family went to Egypt in '05. So I'm past due. I just hope to get back to one part of Africa. I'm not sure if it's going to be Ghana or Senegal, but either way, that's next on the list of things to do. So keep up the great work, and I'll keep on listening, and thank you very much for everything.
I appreciate
We appreciate you.
Ms.
Thank
Stephanie,
you.
You keep doing your arts and the art that you do, because, that's definitely outside of the normal daily routine that we wind up doing. So at least for me, it's a little outside, but I love it, so keep it up.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Cliff. And I got a tweet from Cherie DeBress, who also, for those of you who were listening in the last hour, I mentioned this poem that I wrote about trying to work through my grief when I lost my brother Donnie against his addiction. And I said, I recorded it. And, she was like, I'd love to read it. And I can share the text. It's not a big deal for me. But what I promised her was that I don't believe there are any bad words in it. And so I will make a point to play it as we wrap up 2017 next week. So I will make sure that I share the audio of that, because I think it is an emotional thing for me still, a lot of times when I share it, but I try to share that poem, particularly when I go in and work with teens, because everything doesn't have to have the same timbre and cadence. And Mike can appreciate this because he shot a lot of spoken word events over the years, and in the capacity of us chronicling these arts here in Philadelphia, everything doesn't have to sound the same way. Everything doesn't have to be the same kind of expression of our emotions. Sometimes you dig into places that you're trying to unearth it, and it doesn't come out the same way each time or whatever. And that poem was one for me, but it's one that I recorded for that purpose. I could capture that feeling in that moment.
So next week.
So I'll share it next week.
Share it next week.
Yes,
that's what's up. And that's Cherie is Daryl DeBress.
Yes, wife.
Daryl. Just Google Daryl DeBress. That's all I gotta say.
Yes, he's everywhere. Huge supporter of us. Huge investment in the arts, and
my partner. Really.
Yes, and chronicling.
Yeah.
All these things that are happening, particularly here in our city of Philadelphia. So thank you, DeBress family, for all of the love and support that you all show all the time. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. And when we come back, Mike and I will continue to make our penances and also talk about some of the things that are happening in our cultural world with this TGIF edition. Reelblack Radio, the source, Word Radio, 96.1 FM, 900 AM. Stay tuned. From the album I'll Be Home for Christmas, that was Brian McKnight along with Josh Groban.
Yay!
Singing Angels We...
It's a beautiful song.
See?
I'm sorry. Was that the buzzer? Did I just fall back into my...
So I want everybody watching on Facebook Live. We're holding Mike accountable.
I love...
That persnickety yay is what people are talking about with you. So what do you have? So what do you have? Was it too European for you?
No. Look, we're all mixed.
That's not what I asked you.
No, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It wasn't like soulful. It wasn't like da 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 da. But then that would be so typical. That's what we would expect on a black-owned radio station Christmas. You spin over to 105 and this is nonstop Donny Hathaway Christmas.
So I'm not criticizing Mike for not necessarily listening to all of the show that he's not on. But the people wear that song out. I can't.
And then the Stevie Wonder.
Take Six. I did 2 Take Six songs and committed in the last hour. I've done my soulful thing today. Okay. That doesn't mean I don't have appreciation for other styles of holiday music, and I love beautiful singing. Right. Josh Groban and Brian McKnight give me beautiful singing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And see, so that attitude that Mike just gave is precisely why I would lose my mind driving down to my father's house for holiday celebrations, because my stepmother, I told you the albums, right? Jackson 5, The Whispers, and Nat King Cole would be on constant rotation. I would want to slip my wrist after about 5 hours, because that's all she would listen. I was like, do you know how much holiday music is out there in the world? So I would have to bring in Take Six. I would have to bring in some of the other things, so we can keep it soulful if that is what the requirement is, but just expand our horizons about the artists that we play to death.
Well, that brings up a good point. That's sort of like the Baskin Robbins analogy.
Yes. Okay.
Like when I was little, you know, there used to be Baskin Robbins everywhere. Really, now they're all in Dunkin' Donuts. It's not the same when, you know, like Baskin Robbins used to be. For those who are old enough to remember or too young to experience, that was a rare thing to get to a Baskin Robbins. They were only like in malls and whatever.
There's still one up right too close to my house, actually.
And
but that's singular. That's not merged with Dunkin' Donuts. It's just a Baskin Robbins.
But, you know, they had the 31 flavors.
Yes.
And, you know, so they take, you know, we go to the Market Square Mall in Chestnut Hill, and they'd have the Baskin Robbins. I always wanted you know, they didn't have it every month. That's what made it special. But they had bubblegum ice cream. It was bubblegum flavored and little pieces of bubblegum in it. Mm-hmm. Oh, for like an 8-year-old, 7-year-old kid, that was like the best treat.
For you.
Yeah, so, but
that over the top sweet stuff for me.
So what was your flavor? Well, from Baskin Robbins.
From Baskin Robbins, it was always French vanilla and chocolate fudge. Because it was the standard flavors, but with that extra. Because the French vanilla has the egg in it, the chocolate fudge has the dark chocolate, which I like better than milk chocolate. So that was it for me.
Just like a little twist on the. That's why you like Girls Trip so much. It's like it's just like Bridesmaids, but it's got a little bit of chocolate flavor.
I've never seen Bridesmaids. For me, it's so for you. That to me that's funny. Now that's really funny with the analogy because those white friend pack movies are not my thing. Just generally speaking, they're just not my thing.
So you want the black version of Truth the Bountiful.
Stop. So now, but I'm grown now with Baskin Robbins. So for me now, it's gold medal ribbon.
Okay.
And daiquiri ice. I'm addicted to daiquiri ice in the summer. But that's it. And those are
daiquiri ice.
Yes.
I'll get back to it. But you know, my friend Hugh Moore, he tweeted me one time. He said, "There's lots of black remakes of white movies. Has there ever been a white remake of a black movie?" And I really had to think. I called Charles. I said, "Has there?" And it's like, no, can't think of one. You know, so that being said, there will never be an all-white remake of Waiting to Exhale. It just will never happen.
It'd be a totally different movie. It'll never happen. No, I can't see it.
Never happen. So, but anyway, back to Baskin Robbins. So, you know, but I didn't realize for me to get that bubblegum ice cream, there was a lot of sacrifice involved until I went on YouTube and I saw all these old videos, these protest videos back. They had sit-ins and marches just to get into Baskin Robbins back in the day. Yeah, Google Baskin Robbins protests 1963. I mean, there was like almost violence in like New Rochelle, New York or something like that. Someplace upstate. Just to, you know, so people could have their kids experience, you know, some multiple flavors of ice cream, you know, but you know, and
that's fascinating to me because that was just something I took for granted in my youth. I mean,
white folks were like, no, you can't have 31 flavors.
There was a Baskin Robbins very close to the credit union where my mother did all her financial business. So every 2 weeks when my mom got paid, that was kind of part of the ritual.
These crackers didn't want us to have bubblegum ice cream.
There you go. Stop name calling.
I'm sorry. It just riled me up. YouTube. Blame it on YouTube. I didn't know this. I was ignorant.
I was completely ignorant of this phenomenon. Now you're gonna make me look it up over the weekend.
Yeah. So now, I mean, now we take it for granted.
Yes.
We can always get anytime we want. Dunkin' Donuts. I want this one. I want that one. You know. But that was hard fought. But the same thing is, we all end up buying chocolate and vanilla regardless. Like their two biggest sellers are still chocolate and vanilla.
Yeah.
Like you got all these flavors we can choose from now. You know, because people protested, you know,
to have access to
my bubblegum ice cream, and we're still getting chocolate and vanilla.
Well, but see, for me, it's not a matter of I don't like. You can have access to everything in the world, and people go over the top with this stuff. It's the same way that I joke all the time about Food Network and the Cooking Channel being obsessed with bacon.
Okay,
if they could put bacon in every single thing they make, they would. I don't eat bacon. So it's not a big deal for me. It's like you could tell me that you got 25 different flavors of cured and candied and all kinds of other, and it's like I don't like bacon. I don't eat bacon, so it's not a big deal.
You're ahead of the game. Bacon tastes good. Unfortunately, pigs don't really have much of a say in who should be eating bacon. So that's why there are no bacon protests, and Food Network can just get away with promoting bacon all day.
I was gonna say, and they have plenty of Jewish people that are their celebrity chefs or whatever else. These are Jewish people who do not keep kosher because they love themselves some bacon too.
Yeah, but my point is, my great grandmother was bacon, until the 60s, and now I'm crossing the analogy. Now I got all these choices. I still go into ShopRite and pick up some chocolate. So I'm guilty too. But thankfully, we have more choices this week. We have 3 movies with black people coming out.
Okay.
We got Bright, which came on Netflix this morning with Will Smith and
yes. We got black people and androids.
It's sort of, I started to watch. I haven't finished it. I fell asleep. It was just, because it comes on early, and I just kind of drifted off. But and I was like, this is kind of typical because like the aliens represent black people, and then Will Smith it's like Training Day but with aliens, and it's written by Max Landis, who did World War Z. So it's a lot of fantasy. It's definitely a big play.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to draw Kayla J into my reaction, but he was like Training Day with aliens.
No, well,
and I was
David Ayer is the director. He's the writer of Training Day.
Nah.
He's done his whole career as police procedurals, End of Watch and stuff. So now they take it into this alternate universe where there are all these different races, but now the Joel Edgerton, he's the first alien guy or whatever on the force, and Will Smith is his partner. But Will Smith is also tainted. Nobody wants to ride with him, so they have to learn to stick up for one another. And it's sort of very obvious, typical analogies. And I wasn't really feeling it. And then I put the Migos video. They have also on Netflix. They put 4 music videos that tie into the movie. That video, that song Danger, I said, now I got to watch the whole thing because there's so much action and fantasy. It's almost, they should have just made the movie with the Migos. I would have paid to see that. I would have not even, that would warrant a Netflix subscription if they just took the Migos music video for Bright and turned that into a movie. I'd buy a lifetime membership to the network.
The Migos, they just skirted outside of my rule about new hip hop artists that I refuse to listen to because of their names. And I already have bias against Young and Lil. Mm-hmm. And now we have bastardized Spanish.
Okay.
Because Migos it's amigos, right? Mm-hmm. And the 3 amigos, because there's 3 of them, and they just shortened it to Migos.
Right. Well, you still eat vanilla ice cream. That's why. We're in quantum physics land.
So just so we're clear,
we're exploring alternate
Baskin
universes.
Robbins in particular, took away the French vanilla. It's all French vanilla now. Mm-hmm. So their vanilla is with the cinnamon and with the eggs, and it's great. Okay, I'm not apologizing for that.
Okay, I'm just saying, step outside the circle. They're not just the variations, but try a new thing today. Just one new thing.
It won't be bubblegum.
I don't think I would eat that now, but when I was 7, that was the jaunt.
I told you my favorite ice cream flavor now is gold medal ribbon. It's vanilla with chocolate fudge and caramel.
I'm sorry, that
already
was
mixed in.
She's trying to get back at me. I'm sorry, that was unfair. But my point is that we should all be open to trying new ththings, not just what we're being spoon fed or force fed. And being an adult and not having kids, I don't have that discovery the same way. I can't, if I want some Baskin Robbins, I just get in the car and go get some Baskin Robbins. I don't have to wait for Sunday or Saturday.
You're right.
Let's go get this. Everything's available. So the discovery process goes on another level, whatever you need to trigger. So also Father Figure is out with Cat Williams. He's got a featured role.
Okay.
The Cat Williams interviews that he's doing the time with the movie right now on those press junkets are amazing. The guy, I think he's brilliant. I love Cat Williams. Is talking. I'm in the middle with the character. I think he's much more interesting when he's just being real,
being himself,
and not completely crazy.
And rehab has gone well.
He's. I think he's always got it together. He's put his wavelength in perspective. He said anybody who doesn't conform to a societal norm is going to be labeled a certain way.
Well,
And it's not his
listen,
job.
his pimpaliciousness was not what I had an issue with. His excessive sweat because of the cocaine use is what was disturbing. Because, you know, it's like, I don't want to see somebody doing a routine and have a heart attack on stage. And that's just what he looked like he was gearing towards. The coke was making him sweat uncontrollably. Like, his whole persona on stage was just a little, I'm like, you are one step away from, I've been around people who are coke users. I know what it looks like.
I think so, you know, I think looking at these interviews, it looks like he's more in control, and maybe he's got Suge Knight's in jail, so he's got better people around him just by default. So I wish him the best, and you know, he's super talented, and sometimes when you see past a lot of things, you find other ways to medicate,
right?
Because it must be very frustrating to be a Cat Williams or anybody who, I mean, this guy's in Mensa. It must be very frustrating for him to have to slow down for people to catch up. But
and that's real talk. We got to pause. We got to take our final commercial break.
Oh, before Jumanji with Kevin Hart is the other movie that's out.
Yes.
Coming up this next week. With the Rock, he's black too, yeah.
Exactly.
All right, The Rock.
And Kayla was like, "Do not set," because she doesn't really like Kevin Hart, so she wants to make sure that you acknowledge the other brother in the film.
He is a boy
as well. And so, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we take our final commercial break of this week's Reelblack Radio, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Here we are, as in olden days, happy golden days of yours. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Oh, through the years, we all will be together if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough. And have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
I think I found a balance between the soulfulness that Mike craved and my diversity of playlist from her album It's Christmas. That was Lettucey with her rendition of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And I'm glad that we were able to get your toe tapping, Mike.
Yeah.
To help de-Grinchify you.
We see Kayla J. She acknowledged. What's your goal for 2018? If we go Kayla J. goal.
To make more money than I'm making now.
Okay, well, it shall be done when you make more money.
So Mike has declared.
So, well, no, I have no power over that. You need to hustle. You need to get some Bitcoin. You need to find somebody with the hookup, you know. But, you know, you can make it happen, you know, because you said, yeah, I have no power whatsoever. I have the power to regift here. I brought you a present. You know, you probably got this last year, but if you didn't,
I wore it. I wore it to our group picnic.
Okay.
I mean, our
You did.
potluck.
You did.
Yes.
It, though,
Okay, so
didn't
that's
you?
the almost Christmas ugly sweater.
I'm passing this along to Kayla J.
Extra large. Yes, you can regift. It's okay. It's legitimate. don't feel like you got to be all up in Walmart.
But I did. No, you gave me one last year, and I literally wore it to the staff potluck on Monday.
My goal is to be able to fit all this free T-shirts and stuff that they be sending me, but they don't. You know, I can't. I got to bring it down at least a size so I can at least wear some of the almost. That's an almost Christmas ugly sweater.
Yes.
From the Fame movie. You know, a lot of great black Christmas movies.
Yes.
Home, you know, like what's some of them?
Best Man Holiday.
Best Man Holiday also came up with Almost Christmas, and then this Christmas, and you know, Regina King and Regina Hall, all these people making Christmas movies.
Yes.
And, you know, so
Vivica is now on Hallmark Channel.
Yeah,
doing films.
Shout and Act. They said they put 4 new movies on Netflix that have Christmas themes.
Okay.
Kim Fields just did a Christmas movie. I mean, it's a Christmas. It's a good time when you play the song. Even it just takes you back. It's good. It's good to have that connection when you hear a song, how it reminds you of different experiences.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out though. So when you played Lettucey, I thought about my aunt and her penchant for eggnog.
Yes.
Now I didn't know. Like I grew up. We teetotalers in my household.
Oh, what?
I didn't know about the alcoholic eggnog and how much my aunt Dolores loved.
How you not know?
Because we had seal tests. I thought that I didn't even know what a nog is. To this day, I don't know what a nog is. I just said, So then she's coming up. Oh, we got eggnog, and then we'd have to leave the room. And then the next thing,
You had to leave the room
Well,
just because she brought out the alcoholic eggnog?
Well, this is when I was little. It was time for bed. You got it. Santa's gonna come.
Oh.
And then the real eggnog would come out.
Oh no, my
Richard
family
Pryor
made it.
albums would come on.
So there were no teetotalers in my family,
Okay.
and my family made it very clear: children, this is your eggnog. This is the grown-ups' eggnog. Stay away from it. And so it was always present. Not only that, but I still have very fond recollections of how before my father got on a whole bunch of medications and decided he was going to stop drinking. Period. Everybody, my older brothers and sisters and my father, they all had their favorite cognac. And so it was the show improved. When you crossed the threshold, everybody came with their own bottle of yak. And it was who was going to outdo each other with the purity and the quality of what they brought. So that's how I learned the letters VSOP very early in my life. And all of this, yes, specialty.
Hennessy, yeah,
Yes, so it was Courvoisier. Yeah. It was always a comparison, and at some point it would mean that folks would be lined up doing shots of each other's and talking about why theirs was superior.
I had a great aunt. We didn't know she drank, and then she passed away, and we had to go to her house to get her things in order. Whole drawer full of Crown Royale bags. Everybody had Crown.
She kept all the bags.
We had everybody for 4 years. I had crayon bags and places to keep my coins. We didn't know. We didn't know.
Black folks are so special.
You know what we had? We had the L, ginger L.
Oh, the church woman.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's churchy, so they didn't.
So
they didn't have
church is gonna be crowded on Christmas.
I don't know. I don't go to church on Christmas.
Why not?
It's Christmas morning. I want to open my gifts.
No, it's Christmas Eve, the night you pray.
Christmas Eve is a Sunday, so I'll be in church. Christmas Day, I'm gonna open my gifts. I'm gonna make my mama some breakfast like we always do. I'm gonna come here.
She's gonna be here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna eat stuffing and chicken. And I convinced my family not to play Monopoly this Christmas since I lost terribly.
God bless you.
Because I lost terribly on Thanksgiving to my 10-year-old cousin, and I refused.
That's more my family folklore. I told you we had to ban Monopoly. Monopoly had to be banned during the holidays because the grown folks would A, cheat, and B, be super ruthless. And so our games were never less than 3.5, 4 hours.
People have been shot over Monopoly. It's a shame.
It's the same reason. So I posted a thing about spades on my page, and so exactly, there are folks that are like, I refuse to play. Especially during the holidays, because I ain't trying to get killed at a family gathering. I was like, is it really that deep?
But you have the mental scars. A lot of people with physical scars over a bad Monopoly game. Just cuts on their face for no reason. Why did you have
I'm that family member. I'm a sore loser. I'm the one, I get you good. Like, you ask me to get you something to drink, I may spit in your drink.
So you know what? Stop.
So we know to get you a razor for Christmas.
No, she doesn't need that. But no, the other reason, better
than a gun.
The other reason why I'm laughing,
but
the other reason why I'm laughing is that you, with the teetotalers in your family, you also didn't get the international version because we had eggnog and we also had coquito.
Okay.
And so that
I don't know anything about that.
That is the Latino version of eggnog made with coconut milk.
Wow, maybe I've
and
not been
lots of
experiencing
alcohol.
Christmas the right way. Maybe I've never really had a good Christmas.
You gotta hang out more during the holidays, man. Get your international on.
Well, we're wrapping up. So don't drink and drive. If you're gonna drink
Yeah,
all this
that's true.
eggnog, wait until you're sober. Fall asleep and wake up, and then go drive or do the Uber. Hopefully, your
That's
Uber
right.
driver hasn't been drinking. Because they're not regulated. But just be safe. If you can hear us,
That
then
was more cynical.
if you can hear us, then you did good this year because you made it. A lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
Pour one out for the brothers who ain't here. Enjoy
Indeed.
yourself and reflect on things. And don't if you are a heathen and you're only going to go to church one time a year.
Go on New Year's Eve so I can talk about you.
Don't.
I love it.
Do watch night service.
Just don't wear the cologne. Don't. I know you're there because you think Widow Nancy's gonna be up in there. But just play it cool, like pretend.
And that's not cynical, Mike.
Pretend you know the words.
That's not
just,
cynical.
Just pretend she knows you there. Oh, and there's
Bill has
Tucker.
arrived with cookies.
We have cookies, so that's all. Bill Tucker.
That's the show,
and
folks.
Rest in peace, Mr. C.
Yes.
He's joined Miss Trudy Pitts.
Yes.
In heaven, and Bill just came back from the Clef Club, and he brought us some Christmas cookies.
Oh, that's
so,
sweet.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, Troy is very happy about that, clearly. Well, we want to wish a Merry Christmas to all those in the listening audience who celebrate. Hopefully, today's programming has brought a bit more of a smile to your face, put a song in your heart. We will reconnect with you on the other side of the Christmas holiday, firmly in the throes of Kwanzaa. As we move toward the end of 2017, I'll be back on the air with you. I think I'm not back on next Thursday is when I'm back on the air with you because all of our regular source hosts will be back in the house next week. And Kayla J, hold things down. Have a great Christmas Day session from 4 to 7 p.m. for all of and she'll have a live DJ in studio, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you check out, call in with your requests. It's going to be a great time here with our day-long music programming on the actual Christmas Day holiday.
Yes.
And next Friday, we do it again, Mike D.
Absolutely, a lot of fun. And if you're going to re-gift, make sure that the thing is sealed or at least do your best to seal it. And I don't want to eat chia pets. I mean, just make the best effort to judge the other person's taste. Like, unless it's a Mr. T chia pet, I'll take it. But
and on that note, Brother Shamari's running a little late. Kayla J is going to keep you laced in the holiday spirit. And he just walked in the door. There we go. So Brother Shamari is coming up next. Stay tuned for more great programming throughout the day here on Word Radio. Take care.